you cannot just focus on communication. You have to talk about content development as a skill. You have to talk about digital marketing as a skill. You have to talk about social media as a skill. You have to talk about personality development. Now, online teaching has not been there in our lives 2 years till 2 years back. Today, online teaching is something which is, which is a which is an inherent part of our lives. So that makes it that even in management, the skill focus is being redefined, is being refined. Courses, the the kind of curriculum that is being developed, that is also changing. So yes, things are very fluid at this point of time, but they are going to solidify in in coming 2 to 3 years. So management education has its own challenges, and they will be picked up.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think the session was restarted, so the question from Dr. Lalit Raj Singh sir has been removed. I request you, Dr. Sir, to please ask your question again, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Lalit Raj Singh sir, I request you to ask a question again because due to some technical glitches, but it has been removed, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Very good evening, ma'am. I want to ask a question related with the assessment and evaluation of the students, because all the students are having different capabilities. So on that basis, do we follow the specific method for assessment and evaluation for better judging their learning outcomes, or do we follow the generalized method for the assessments?
Dr. Lalit, I would like
Yes,
to
ma'am.
answer your question in a slightly different way. See,
Ji.
this is where your understanding about your student comes into picture, right? For example, there are two things that you have to take into account. One is, what is the learning outcome that you are establishing? How do you demonstrate that your learning outcomes have been achieved? You also have to ensure that your measurement model takes care of that. One. And two, the students, their capabilities, they have also to be taken into account. So the ideal situation here is that you make an ideal combination between these two and develop your rubrics in line with that. I just gave you an example that my students, they wanted to demonstrate that they have learned sales in a class. One of the objective was demonstrating selling skills. ये एक ऑब्जेक्टिव था मेरा, लर्निंग आउटकम था जो मुझे बच्चों का. सो आई वांटेड टू मेजर दैट. देयर वर टू वेज ऑफ डूइंग इट. One, I give them a project, they go, they write a project, they come back, make a presentation and say that we have learned sales. The second one was that they exhibit in some way that the real time selling that they could have done. They opted for the second one because they were willing. So we did it. It was a better way of measuring that how much sales they had learned, how much of the selling skill they had possessed by the end of the semester. So, two things that are critical, that your learning outcomes, how you are going to measure them, how you are going to say that your students have achieved the success criteria of your learning outcomes on the basis of their competence. So this is the ideal way to judge. You cannot leave one thing beside. हाँ, ट्रेडिशनल भी कभी कभी हम एग्जाम वगैरह का रखते हैं, उसमें उनका हम नॉलेज कॉम्प्रिहेंशन या इवैल्यूएशन कर सकते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि उनमें नहीं हो सकता. आपके क्वेश्चंस वैसे फ्रेम किए जा सकते हैं. सो a mix and match of the traditional and the new methodologies would be the ideal way to evaluate your students.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Is there any question? Any participant? Okay, thanks. Should we move forward? थैंक यू ओके इन द वर्डिंग्स ऑफ जेपी मॉर्गन जहां तक दिखाई दे रहा है वहां तक तो पहुंचिए और जब आप एक बार वहां पहुंच जाएंगे तो फिर आप वहां से आगे और देख पाएंगे सो वट एवर वी हैव लर्न टुडे हम लोग वहां तक पहुंचने की कोशिश करेंगे डेफिनेटली एंड नाउ दिस इज टाइम टू समराइज द होल सेशन यस फॉर दैट let me introduce today's reportee. It was indeed a pertinent lecture and discuss more about the highlights of the session. I would like to invite Dr. Deepak Manoli sir, who is working as an assistant professor of computer science and engineering in the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Gurukul Kangri, deemed to be University Haridwar. Sir is having 15 years of experience. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very clear.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for this great introduction of me. I feel privileged to receive this opportunity of being reporter of this session. Let's proceed for report of this session, right? Professor Alka Sharma from University of Jammu delivers her talk on developing highly effective teachers, measuring and shaping. Ma'am opens her talk with rapid changes in the knowledge landscape, followed by major challenges in structuring world-class education system in India. With the introduction of National Education Policy NEP 2020 and its objective and mission, ma'am highlights on the adoption of new education policies by teachers and the students and presented how these changed policies may affect the learning outcomes and teaching learning process. Ma'am made this session very interesting by discussing the effective professional development to be seen as the structured professional learning that affects the teacher teaching methodology and student learning outcome. Ma'am emphasized on learning-centric teaching and displayed about how Bloom's taxonomy works as an important aid to right learning outcomes, which directly leads to structured professional teaching learning process, thus to effective professional development of students. Ma'am concluded her talk with the discussion on teachers' effectiveness framework that includes self-assessment and reflection forms to self-assess effectiveness for various indicators on 1 to 4 rating scale and suggested teachers to self-assess their effectiveness using those indicators provided in the framework and improve their planning and implementation of their teaching learning process. Once again, thank you very much, ma'am, for this informative and wonderful session. This is all from my side. Now I would like to hand over this session to Navneet sir for further proceedings.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Deepak sir, as we are feeling delighted to be a reporter, I am feeling also because, ma'am, before just let me hand over. I want to say something, ma'am. It's my birthday today.
Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much, sir. Ma'am, um, 3 days before, I had a plan for today's evening, but I rejected that. And I think I did right because अगर आज मैं ये सेशन मैं अगर छोड़ देता ना तो और जन्मदिन की पार्टी कर लेता तो मैं हीरे के मोल में ना पीतल कहीं से ले आता. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable insights.
Thank you so much. It was indeed from my side, and I believe from every participant side, a very, very warm birthday wish to you. May you be having a wonderful year ahead. And we will remember that we interacted with you on your birthday. So congratulations. Congratulations.
Today I just मुझे वो गिफ्ट मिला है जो मुझे हमेशा याद रहेगा. So thanks a lot. And now I hand over the session to the session chairperson, Dr. Mosmi Goel, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And first of all, I wish you a very happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
You are getting us so many blessings today. The most blessing is from the Alka ma'am also. Today, ma'am delivering us such a wonderful and informative message is very highly for us. Lots of regarding the today, I'm very thankful for presenting the vote of thanks to Dr. Masti Goyal. Express my vote of thanks to the entire faculty of engineering, Tangling Vishwavidyalaya, Haridwar. I extended my most sincere thanks to Professor Madan sir, who told us about the outcome of this activity, the two outcomes, plan and the book. I extended my most sincere to a co-coordinator, Dr. Suresh Bhadwar, and the whole team, conducting this wonderful FDP for all of us. Also thankful to the session planner, chief session coordinator, Mr. Ravi, and Dr. Deepak Kanini, who summarized all the sessions on board. Thank you so much, sir, for articulating the key highlights for the games. And I especially thank for today's session Dr. Alka ma'am, who explained us various aspects of the industry. How the industry is going to be applied, so we know that what are the various aspects of industry and how we practically applicable to industry. So there's a lots of information. Before today, I'm not getting the whole these aspects. I'm getting lots of knowledge. What we apply this and what about the economy and the seven principles of the learning and how the NEP is motivating and empowering for the students and teachers also, and how to improve the teaching effectiveness. All these information is very useful for us. In the future, we also apply for the teaching methods. We also know that how to optimize the student. You gave us it's relevant information to education policy and also told us about the problem. You also told us about the problem when we apply the NEP. How many types of the problems it faces and how to. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving such a. We have reached to the end of this session, and participants can leave the sessions right after. So I would like to invite Ayushi for the session. Over to.
I'm not able to hear it clearly, so please,
Ma'am,
maybe.
am I audible? Mostly, ma'am.
Yeah, now you are.
I'm not audible.
Okay.
I'm not audible.
First of all, happy birthday, Navneet sir. It's indeed our pleasure to celebrate your birthday on this very auspicious platform.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now this is my family also. That's why. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's why I shared this with you all. Thank you.
Okay. Shanti part. Om Dyo Shantirantariksha Shanti Prithvi Shantirapah Shanti Roshadayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishve Devah Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarva Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you, and over to the session chairperson, ma'am, Mosmi ma'am.
Thank you, Ayushi ma'am. I would like to end the session by thanking the session chairperson, Dr. Mosmi Goyal ma'am, program co-coordinator, Professor Dr. Pankaj Madan sir, Dr. Suyash Bharadwaj sir, session coordinator, Mr. Navneet Kumar Shukla, reputer, Mr. Deepak Penioli sir, and Vedic Mantra and Shanti Part chanter, Miss Ayushi. And special thanks to Professor Dr. Alka Sharma ma'am, and also to our technical team, and also special thanks to Miss Pallavi for presenting all the slides very well. I would like to thank on behalf of FET Gurukula and from the entire fraternity of ATAL FDP. Participants, you can leave the session and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for adoring the session so beautifully. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much.